I yelled at my pregnant cousin and told my partner to choose between me or her. I know this sounds harsh, but please hear me out. I'm currently writing this while my partner's entire family is sitting in the other room. So I, 32F, have been with my partner for 10 years. About 3 months ago, I had my second miscarriage at 28 weeks. I won't go into detail about it because it's too painful to talk about, but you'll need to keep this in mind. Around 5 months ago, my cousin, 22, showed up at our house in tears, saying she was pregnant and her boyfriend didn't want anything to do with the baby. She had nowhere to go. My partner and I took her in right away and made her feel at home. During the first few weeks, it was really hard for her, as you can imagine. I spent hours comforting her, holding her while she cried, watching endless TV shows together, and eating so much cake. We practically slipped into a food coma. It felt like we were really growing closer. At least, that's what I thought. Here's where things started to go downhill. I'm very particular about keeping a clean, organized home. But my cousin, not so much. She'd leave her clothes scattered all over the place and dirty dishes everywhere. She even once left her intimate items on the kitchen table. I tried talking to her about it before bringing it up with my partner. She broke down in tears immediately and told me I needed to relax and be more tidy. I gave her a hug and assured her it was fine, but this crossed a major line for me, and she knew that. Yet instead of respecting my boundaries, she began pushing them even more. It was subtle at first, a pile of laundry left on the bathroom floor, a half-eaten meal forgotten on the kitchen counter, but it quickly escalated. One night, I came home from a long day at work, exhausted, only to find her lounging on the couch in my favorite pajamas. My blood boiled, but I held it in. I decided to talk to my partner about it that evening. He was understanding but seemed hesitant. "She's going through a tough time," he said, as if that excused everything. "Just give her a little more time." I agreed, reluctantly, but then things took a turn I didn't expect. A few days later, I came home earlier than usual. As I walked into the living room, I was shocked to find her sitting there, chatting casually with a man I had never seen before. He had his feet up on my coffee table, sipping a drink like he owned the place. My cousin looked at me with a smirk, as if daring me to say something. "Who is this?" I asked, trying to stay calm. "Oh, this is Brian," she said nonchalantly. "We met online a few weeks ago. He's just visiting." Visiting? In my house? Without asking. I felt my patience snapping. We didn't agree to having guests over, especially ones we don't even know. She shrugged. "I thought you wouldn't mind. You're always so uptight about everything." At that moment, I could take it anymore. The tension of the last few months, the heartbreak of the miscarriage, her blatant disrespect, it all came crashing down. "You need to leave," I said, my voice trembling with anger. "I've been patient, I've tried to help, but you're taking advantage of us. This is our home, not a hotel." She stood up, eyes wide with mock disbelief. "Are you serious? After everything I've been through? You're going to throw me out like trash?" Before I could respond, my partner rushed in, having overheard the commotion. He stood between us, looking torn. "Let's just calm down," he pleaded. "We can work this out." But I was done. "No, we can't. She's been disrespecting us for months, and I'm not going to let this continue. Either she leaves or I do." My partner stood there, frozen, his eyes darting between me and my cousin. I could see the hesitation in his face, and it hit me like a punch to the gut. Why was it so hard for him to choose? Then, before he could respond, my cousin threw her hands up in the air and said, "You know what? I don't need this. I'm leaving." She stormed out, slamming the door behind her, but the damage had been done. I looked at my partner, waiting for him to say something, to take my side. But all he did was sit down on the couch, burying his face in his hands. That's when I realized I wasn't just losing my cousin. I was losing him too. Anyways, do you think I did the right thing by asking her to leave? Or was I too harsh, especially after everything she's been through? Should I have been more patient, or was my cousin taking advantage of our kindness? Comment down below what you think, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe.